Hi friends, welcome back once again to Money Talk, and I want you to know this is the next to the last video. We're going to have one more video blog on this series, Common Myths of Kingdom Prosperity. Then we're going to move on to another subject. But here's a myth I want to deal with today. I want you to tune in with me on this thought because this is really common. A lot of people think, here's the myth, a lot of people think prosperity will make my life easier. Here's the myth. Here's the argument. If only I had more money, my life would be easier. If only I had more resources. If only I had more things available, there wouldn't be so much stress. My life would be so much easier. Well, let me tell you, and let me say this sensitively. If you're of that mindset, it must be that you've never had any increase, you've never had a raise, you've never had a promotion ever in your life, because you know that more requires more. Here's the biblical foundation I want to give you. This is Jeremiah chapter 12, verse 5. And it says, if you have run with the footmen and they have wearied you, then how can you contend with the horses? In other words, if your life is fairly simple now, there's a low level of responsibility. You're like serving as a footman there in that example, and you're having a hard time dealing with the responsibilities. What do you think it's going to be like when you are able to contend with horsemen, that your responsibilities become much larger and much greater? Prosperity is not going to make your life easier. It's going to make your life harder. This is the same kind of thinking that people get trapped into, where they said, well, if only I had more money, it would be easier to tithe. Really? If you're having a difficulty tithing the $1 off of the 10 you have in your pocket, what makes you think it's going to be easier to tithe the first $100,000 off of a millionaire budget? You see, it's not easier, it's harder, because now here's the kingdom law that's at work here. Money is not a reward, money is a responsibility. The more resources that come into your life will automatically cause your responsibilities to rise to a higher level of accountability. To whom much is given, much is required. Prosperity will not make your life easier, but it will give you greater opportunity to do more for the work of the kingdom. Listen to this myth buster, and then we're going to wrap this up. The myth buster is this: if I am struggling to manage the little amount of wealth that I currently possess, what makes me think it will be easier to manage a much greater amount of wealth? That's true. But there is good news. Like I said, with God's help, as you grow and are able to manage more, God will give more, prosperity will come into your life, and you will be able to do more, have more, and accomplish more for the work of the kingdom. So here's another prayer that we're going to pray again today. Pray it with me just before we prepare to give to the Lord today. Here's the prayer. Dear God, thank you for helping me to continually grow. I realize that you are helping me grow spiritually, financially, and mentally. Thank you for preparing me so that I can properly manage more prosperity as it comes into my life. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen.